Well guys, CES is quickly approaching, and I don't want to repeat what happened last year where I had to do all of my rendering on a laptop. And even though it's an i7 laptop, it was definitely not an ideal situation for doing my mobile rendering. So with that said, I'm going to be building an ITX system. And before we get to the build video, which is going to be coming in the future, we have to take a look at some of the parts we're going to be putting in this. And specifically today, we are going to look at the Cooler Master Nepton 140XL 140mm water cooling option. This is going to be cooling my ITX build here. And most of these parts you guys have already seen in other reviews. And it's going to be going in this Node 304 case right here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this thing up and get our unboxing and first opinion here on the 140XL. It's pretty obvious that a 140XL is going to be a 140mm radiator. And because it's the XL, it means that it's extra thick. So we get maximum cooling area, which they advertise here, 2 times the cooling area. It is maintenance free. You don't have to fill it, drain it, or do any sort of maintenance to it. And it does have a durable FEP tubing, which means you can bend it really tight and make all the bends you need in your system to get a nice installation here in any case that you may be using it in and not have to worry about those tight bends. The tubing is nice and durable. The pump and the water block are all one unit, as are most all-in-one water cooling options. But you can see right here that is compared to the Intel stock heatsink at 81 degrees Celsius, we're looking at expecting somewhere right around 46 degrees Celsius, which is only 2 degrees higher than their 280L, which is the standard thickness double 140mm radiator. So they found a way to get maximum cooling area crammed into a small radiator by increasing its thickness, giving us ultimately the same amount of surface area, which is really what it's all about. It doesn't matter if it's long and skinny or short and thick, and all of a sudden this conversation started sounding like something way different than I really intended. But as long as you can get the same amount of surface area, the cooling will be fairly similar to something that's a longer, here we go again. But giving us more surface area does give us a lot better cooling. Now, it is a pure copper water block. It's a microchannel technology. It's pre-filled, sealed, durable, powerful water pump, dissipates heat effectively and maintains temperatures through stable water circulation. It moves water, that's what it says. So let's go ahead and open this thing up and see exactly what comes in the box. All right, so opening this bad boy up, we're immediately met with some high-tech foam. Take a bite out of that. And you do get some pretty thick tubing on here, which I'm actually pretty proud of. Before we take that out, here are all your mounting options. It fits all of your AMD sockets and your Intel sockets on there, 775 and newer, FM1 and 2 and newer. And these are the fans that it comes with right here, which are very, very similar fans to the JetFlow fans, which we've already taken a look at on this channel here. The shape is the same, the idea is the same. It doesn't have the same rubber mounts on there, but overall the concept is the same as the JetFlow. Speed-wise, I'm not sure what these are rated at. We'll have to take a look at that. But it is Pwm fan, and it does come pre-sleeved. Once again, I wish these cables were longer, but what are you going to do? I wish we had longer cables, guys. Seriously, you make a huge stacker case. Give us longer cables, would you? There we go. You got 2 of these fans. You have your installation manual here, installation guide, and you have your warranty information card. And here it is right here. Now, this is going to be an aluminum radiator, a lot like the Nepton series. But look at the thickness of this guy. It's pretty thick. So it's giving you a pretty good amount of surface area. As always, you have your plug on here that says do not tamper with. If you open this up, your warranty is void. Here is your pump and block right here, with our little sticky tape on there protecting the block. It is a little bit of a rough finish on there, but I don't think that's really going to affect performance too much. But if you're into lapping and polishing, you might want to give that a little bit of a lap and polish. We got the same rotatable fittings as you find on the other water cooling options here from Cooler Master. But what's interesting is that you do have both 140mm and 120mm mounting options here on this radiator. So if you happen to have 120mm fans that you like or prefer, you could mount those on there, whether they be JetFlow or Corsair or whatever. So they are going to accept your radiators. What I like is that the screw holes are aligned with the fins and not the cooling channels. So if you do happen to screw down in there too far, you're not going to deem your radiator a paperweight by puncturing one of those channels. You'll just simply crush some of the fins, and you have more of an aesthetic problem than dealing with a performance problem, making it completely broken at that point. So there's nothing else in the box there. I was hoping to see, yes, here it is. I was hoping to see a Pwm splitter, which we do have right here, that comes inside the package. So you can split off the PWM signal to both your fans if you happen to only have one PWM header available to your fan, or if you have a PWM CPU and a CPU optional, you can run all three, the pump and both fans, off of two headers. I do wish that the sleeving went all the way down to these two, but again, what are you going to do? So there is your splitter, all of your mounting hardware, and your Cooler Master thermal compound, and really there's nothing else to say about it. The quality of it feels nice. You hear the fluid flopping around in there. The cover for the CPU pump and block is aesthetically pleasing. It is plastic. It's not metal like the Glacier is, or the Glacier is. But there it is, guys. You have a 140 millimeter cooling option here. Fits in most cases that accept 140 millimeter fans. As always, if you've enjoyed this unboxing and overview, be sure to give this video a like. If you stumbled across this channel and you like what you saw, hope you stick around. And don't forget, guys, tune in next month, January 6th to January 10th. I will be bringing you live coverage from CES. At some point, I'm going to be doing a live stream from on the convention showroom floor. Don't know exactly when that's going to be yet, but I will be sure to update you guys on Twitter. So make sure you're following on Twitter, because that's going to be the most live coverage you're going to be getting from CES as it happens. And as always, guys, I will see you in my next video.